Hello again. Today I am back with new video. It's another gameplay from Stratego. I played against Marshal, Blitzer, and what happened in the game is rather fascinating because I was up many pieces, but he was up the stronger pieces. Unfortunately for my opponent, he didn't understand material differences, so he didn't win, and he resigned. When he resigned, it was correct, but what he did before was just terrible. So I hope I will show you how to understand the differences. As usually, I looked at his score, and his win rate isn't all that impressive, and he played something over 100 games, which isn't all that much. I started with captain, and I wanted to just open the left side. So, yep, I found a sergeant with my captain, which was knight, nice. And now he recaptured it with general. Finding out such a strong piece so early for so little material should be very good. Anyway, I thought he had majors or something next to the general, so I wanted to find them. And now I wasn't really sure what to do, so I came with my general, and I wanted to bluff it that it's my marshal. So yeah, now I knew he would go down with the lieutenant, and I didn't want to reveal my general, so I decided to go up with my major. Got lieutenant, and now I'm gonna hide my major right back. Also, I wanna know what the next piece is. It might be a colonel or major or something, but as it turns out, it was actually a marshal. So now I know all of his strong pieces. So what I wanna do is attack on the in the middle or on the right. So as soon as I'll get a chance, I'll go there. Found a surgeon, not very good, but what can you do? He found my general, or just for a minor, also not very good, but still I believe I am on the better side. So he decides to trade the generals. Hard to say whether that's correct. Anyway, I didn't expect a bomb right below a surgeon, so finding one was a bit unfortunate. But at least I thought I knew a little bit of his setup. Because marshal here, lieutenant here, general here, and minor here. I forgot what was here, but I guess a scout or something. Oh, sorry, he was general, he was sergeant, so minor was here. I thought that he had all of his strong pieces here, and he bombed basically everything. So that's why I wasn't really risking much, because I believed he had multiple bombs here, because that's what these kinds of players usually do. Unfortunately, it wasn't in this case, so I lost many pieces due to the bombs, and I couldn't really progress much because I was afraid of losing even more of them. But found a sergeant, so now I'm gonna attack it with my captain, and hopefully I'll find something strong. I wasn't really sure what to do on the left side. I can't really get my major out, can't really get my colonel out, so I'm just sitting there and I have to do something somewhere else. Came up with my minor because I want to destroy that bomb to have at least some kind of passage. He decides to scout my minor, which was very appreciated. That's not a piece you want to scout. Now here I made a mistake. With my... I'll go a little bit back. Yeah. Right here. I decided to move my major back. That was a bad decision. What I should have done is move my minor out and then get my majors out. And I knew that if he would come in with something, I could take it with colonel or maybe trade colonels and avoid his marshal. But these majors are a huge liability, so when I had the chance, I should have gone out. I didn't realize the chance was here because he can go down and use the 2 square rule, but it's unlikely he's gonna do that because he knows my general was here, so it's likely that my spy is somewhere here. So I should have gone for the bluff. But I went back, so now the plan is impossible. And what he's coming down with is probably a colonel or something strong, because he knows that he's moved, so he's gonna try to find what it was. He took my miner with another sergeant, so now I'm getting all of his sergeants. It might be useful in the late game, but right now not really. I went away with known miner. Hopefully it would lure him closer to my spy. He's now a little bit afraid with his colonel because it's already known piece and he got miner for free, so he's very happy. I found the lieutenant, so I was eager to take it, and hopefully I would find another strong piece. Some target would be nice. I found a scout, and now I'll find the next colonel. So he had colonel here, I believe, marshal here, general here, lieutenant here, sergeant here, and basically all of his strong pieces except majors are in here, which means his majors are probably in here. So I wanna really open this place to find some and then get there with my colonel. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. He had very unusual setup, so I couldn't read it very well. I mean, miner in the first row, also very weird. He also had many lieutenants in the first row, which isn't that unusual, but it's unusual for marshal blitzers because you usually want their scouts. So here I'm just trying to find out what this piece is. I know this is a colonel, this is a colonel, and this is a marshal, but I have no idea what this piece is. During the game I thought it was something good, maybe the major or a spy. Now I got the chance to scout it, so I took it, but unfortunately it was just a scout. This I didn't think was very good. I mean, it was behind all of his strong pieces, so it's probably just something to sacrifice to get intel, maybe a miner. Okay. So we're dancing a little here. And I don't want to go any further, because then the sergeant might be lost. Still haven't found anything useful on the right side, no targets to make use of, so that was very unfortunate. He now decides to go down with the piece he at first was eager to save. This one. So, oh yeah, another interesting moment that was here. He came here with something, and I was pretty sure it was a scout, but unfortunately I can't really afford to move aside so he wouldn't discover my major. because let's say I'd go here, then he might go all the way down and find either spy or marshal, both of which would be very unfortunate, so I decided to let him know about one of my majors. And I think actually he should know this major because it took lieutenant at the beginning of the game, but he's not really paying attention. Now, I was happy to take this piece. It was minor. During the game, I was pretty sure it was just something super low. Now he has colonel right here, and marshal here. So that's basically all the intel you should need, but it wasn't good enough for me. Maybe I should have tried to go on the other side with my marshal, but it's way too risky and way too obvious. Especially since he knows my general was in here, so he can expect marshal over here, so coming with a piece all the way to the other side would be very sus. Now I'm still trying to find something on the right side, but I am nowhere to success. Got a scout, that's pretty nice, but unfortunately I will lose it immediately. Although it was a trade, so it's not that bad, it's still not good. You should note that my flag is closed, and he has only one how's it called, miner left. So if I will get that one, he cannot win. It's gonna. I mean, at this point he can. It would be really hard, but if I will find his spy or trade marshals, he can't win. I got a captain, which is nice. And because I didn't understand his setup, I decided I was not gonna lotto at all, and I would just try find something useful and only then take it. Since he had all of his strong pieces on the left side, he happily continues attacking that one. I came up with my colonel, hoping that I would get a piece and then trade it to colonels, but he was pretty cautious. He didn't know any of my strong pieces, so he decided to not risk anything, which is the right thing to do. But I was not gonna let him trade the colonels. I decided to go with my scout all the way to here, because I figured it might be something good. It's behind the lake, and it might be the passage. He might have planned it as a passage for the strong pieces, but unfortunately it was again just a scout. So now I am all out of scouts, and he has just one. Now I know that's a colonel. I have no idea what this piece is, but I know that it's not a marshal that's here. So I was very happy to take it and trade the colonels. I am still down a major and a captain, so if we will just keep trading, I will lose. If I will on the other hand get one captain or one major, then I will probably win because I have 4 extra surgeons and 2 extra miners. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. He gave me a miner, so if I will now trade the marshals, he won't win. I will just walk around with my colonel around the lake. He will never get to trade his colonel for my colonel, and even if he would have taken all of my resting pieces or all of the pieces I had, it still wouldn't have matters because he just can't get rid of my colonel. Now, I was pretty sure this is a scout or something, so when he will attack, let's say, spy or something, I will just go up with my sergeant. And it really seems like this is the scout. And this, I think, is another colonel. Now is the time for me to get my marshal in. I still want to cause some problems, not allow him to find anything easily. And now I know his marshal is coming in, so I have to be careful about that. Okay, now it's super close, but due to two square rule, he's not able to win anything, at least just yet. I still want that scout that's on the side of the board, but I don't want him to take my major. I wanted to use the two square rule, so because at some point I will not be able to move it, like now. So now he could try to load to take it, which would be a bad call, but it's a bluff that you always want to try, because if you will make enough bluffs like this, your opponent will just make one mistake. Now, since he's up a lot of material, I wanted to just be annoying. I knew I couldn't get the piece I was chasing, but I still wanted to try. I also know that the only thing I could capture is a scout, and since it's a known sergeant and he still hasn't taken it with the piece from the edge, it means it really is the scout. And now I wasn't really sure what to do because he was coming down at me with his marshal. And I am still down that major and captain, so if we will just trade, I will lose. I probably shouldn't have moved the colonel, but yeah, you cannot play perfectly. I probably should have left it to have some kind of control. Let's say he could come up with lower piece to find out what the sergeant above my marshal is, and then I could have protected it with my colonel, but what can you do? Now, I didn't want to give that sergeant for free, and I knew this was a garbage piece, but he wanted to know what my marshal was. And he found it for lieutenant. So now I am up 4 sergeants and 1 lieutenant, but I am down so many strong pieces. So now here is interesting moment. He could take it with colonel, then I will take it with my marshal and we will trade the marshals. And I'll get a colonel. He'll be up to majors. It's probably not very good, but that's what he could do. Or he could take it with his marshal, but he's risking that this piece is a spy. It hasn't moved, and my general was here, so that's probably what he should have done. He should have loaded it. But it's risky, and when you're probably gonna win without any difficulties, you shouldn't risk it. So what he did is objectively, I think, the best. He went on the right with his marshal, wanting to trade it, or to go on the right. Now, he knows my general was here, my spy was probably somewhere around, and this piece came from here, so he should expect this to be the spy. So he should go after these pieces that all moved. And that's objectively what he should have done. But luckily, he probably hasn't realized it and decided to just trade the marshals, and I was able to get all of my pieces out. I made sure he cannot go after my colonel that easily. He traded the marshals, which I am very happy to see, but I am still that lost. Now, wait, okay. Okay, we traded the marshals, and now it's very important moment to make a decision. I am down 2 strong pieces. He's got no miner, and I have bombed flag. So if I will just walk around with my colonel in here, around the lake, I will never lose the game. But he isn't very strong player. He proved it to me way too many times during the game. So I figured I can even trade the colonels and then have chances to win. Against weaker players, you sometimes have to take risks. If this guy was stronger, then I wouldn't have done this at all. I would give him my major, I would give him my sergeant, and even the captain, maybe even this major, and then I would just walk around and nothing would ever happen to me. But I wanted to win, so I took some risks. He went after the left side, the right side, and I traded the colors. Objectively, I should lose this, but only because objectively I should lose this. He should just trade majors and be left with 1 extra, and then do the same with captains. And once he would have 1 extra major and 1 extra captain, he would win the game. But he hasn't done that. I mean, it's risky, but that's what he should have done. Instead, he, after a few trades and a few tricks, decided to load him. I thought this piece was a major and I didn't want to trade so easily. So, yeah. He now took a moment and decided to scout my sergeant, which was pretty good. And I can use the sergeants now as pieces to get intel with. So at some point I would just sacrifice them all to find out where his majors are and then try to avoid it. I had no idea where his majors were. I had few tips, but nothing conclusive. I was pretty sure that the piece that is coming down on the right is a major, but I couldn't really do anything about it. I had their captain and sergeant, so what can you do? Now, he offered a draw, which again told me that he doesn't understand what he should do, and that I should keep playing, that I should not take the draw. He's winning, but he doesn't understand how, so I decided to keep going, and hopefully I get 1 more lieutenant or 1 captain, and then I'd be winning very easily. We will probably just trade some majors, but yeah. It's super risky what I'm doing. I shouldn't be doing this at all, but I wanted to win. We traded captains, which is unfortunate, but sometimes you just can't choose. And he's coming down with another piece. I thought it was major, so I went after it with my major. The other piece that is coming down from the center also seems to be acting as a major, because he knows that we will now trade them, so he should be ready with this. Now, the first piece wasn't major, it was a spy, so he found out where my major is, which is unfortunate. But he took my spy, so we are even. Now, he should not take risks, he should play it super calmly, just trade the straight majors, then trade captains, and then go after every piece that would move. But since my opponent doesn't understand what he's supposed to do, he decided to lotto and he went right into the bomb. And now I'm winning, because now he doesn't have two stronger pieces. Now he has just one extra captain, and that's not enough for extra lieutenant and 4 surgeons and even a couple miners. So now I decided to trade everything. Since my opponent lost a major like this, he decided to leave the game. But to show you that I actually won, I will just skip a rather few minutes, and there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this game. Playing against marshal blitzers, when you're playing strong opponent, then it can be very annoying, but when you're playing person that doesn't understand the plans and what he should do in which situations, it's pretty easy to play against. So, yep, see you next video.